Hey everyone, I'm Hammi. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be closing on my budget for the month of July. So for the month of July, I actually had three financial goals. One was to save up 25,000 rupees into my emergency fund if I got my salary that was due. I did speak about not getting my salary on time, but thank God for the month of August, I got my salary on time, and also in the month of July, I got my 2 months salary that was due. So, yes, I did put away 25,000 rupees into my emergency fund. My budget for the month is always 70,000 and 10 rupees. Out of that, 33,810 is my salary, and then the remaining 36,200 rupees I pay myself from my private practice. So for July also, when I got my 2 months of salary, I did use one of my salary to budget for the month of July, and then the other salary became an extra because June June was already over. So the salary was 33,810, and out of that 25,000 rupees I put it into my emergency fund. So yes, my first goal was done, and when I did that I had a remaining of 8,810 rupees, and I'll talk about this when I get to point number 3. My second goal for the month of July was to make an extra debt payment of 5,000 rupees into my personal loan, and yes, I did that as well. And then the third point was to save up 10,000 rupees for a travel expense. This is where I used up 8,810, but instead of 10,000 rupees that I was anticipating, the cost of the travel was actually 15,875. So into this, I put an extra of 7,065 rupees from my private practice. So that way I got a total of 15,875. This expense would not have been this much if I had not taken my own car, but I wanted to do a road trip. I feel like there was a good thing that I did because it was a change of environment, and I just wanted to get away from my really monotonous life. So yeah, this was something different, and I feel like I can go on long trips as well because my confidence has been boosted. So the total expense that I had when it comes to my travel, when I say travel, it's all about petrol, the journey, the food, everything. I'm talking about everything, every expenses that I had when I stayed there. So it was a total of 15,875, and yes, I was able to fulfill the goals that I had for the month of July, although I had spent more than what I had planned to, but it's all right because the experience was really nice. So now that's done, let's come to the numbers. For my budget, I gave myself 70,010 rupees, and this is a total from both my work and the salary that I pay myself from my private practice. So yeah, that's 70,010 rupees. So now coming to my first category, which is my savings and investment. Here nothing changes. I always set aside whatever I had budgeted, so I just fill in quickly. Now the second category is my fixed costs and utilities, and yes, for my LIC I did set aside 2460. Siblings fund got its usual 1,000, no difference. Room rent is 3,200. Personal loan is 15,000, so no difference. So ration, I budgeted 3,800 for the month, and I did spend 3,800, so there is no difference. Subscription was 1,110, and that is what I put into my subscription as well. Petrol, I budgeted 3,200 for the month, and I actually spent 2,350 rupees, which means I had a balance of 850 rupees. Hair was 500, and that is what I actually spent. Food and groceries, I budgeted 7,000 rupees, but I ended up spending only 5,024 rupees. So that means I have a positive balance of 1,976 rupees. Workwear, I budgeted 3,000, and I actually put 3,000 rupees into my workwear category, so there was no difference here as well. So now when I add this up, the total is 37,444 rupees. So the total amount that I had actually budgeted was 40,270 rupees, and I only spent 37,444 rupees. So which means I have a positive balance here. 1976 plus 850. That is, I have a positive amount of 2826 rupees, 2826 rupees. So now coming to my sinking funds category, I have 4 categories here, which is my health and medical, car maintenance, pets and vacation. So each of them I had budgeted a certain amount, and the total amount that I had for my sinking fund was 4500 rupees. I also had some money remaining in all of these sinking fund from my previous months. In July, what happened was I did spend a lot of money in my car maintenance sinking fund because I had to renew my insurance. I also had to apply for a new RC because my car is 15 years old now, and so my RC got expired, and so now I had to apply for a new registration card. So total expense was around 7,000 something rupees. What I did was, into my health and medical, even though I budgeted 2,000, I did not put anything here. And for my pets also, I did not put anything here. For my vacation, yes, I did allocate the 1,000 that I had budgeted. So the remaining 3,500 rupees that went directly into my car maintenance. The insurance that I had to renew, it was 2,500. So what I did was, I had some money in my car maintenance sinking fund, and I paid the insurance from that money. So 2,500 was deducted from my car maintenance sinking fund. And then for my RC, it cost 5,750 rupees. The RC was 5,750 rupees. I have 3,500 in my car maintenance sinking fund, so that means I have a negative amount of 2,250. And this negative amount, I took it from here. So 28, 26, which means I have now 576 rupees here. And then the last category, which is my spending category, I had budgeted 18,240 rupees, but I only spent 17,678 rupees, which means I had a positive balance of 562. So 562 plus this remaining 576, I have a positive balance of 1138 rupees. So the total budget was 70,010 rupees. What I spent was 68,872, and what I had remaining was 1,138 rupees. And this 1,138, I have just kept it in my spending category, and I rolled it over to the month of August. So when I do my August budget, I'll be adding that amount that I'm budgeting for my guilt-free spending in the month of August to this number. So that way I'll have a little bit of extra money for the month of August. Now, coming to my debt update, which is my personal loan and my LIC loan. In the beginning of July, I had 4,16,710 rupees in my personal loan amount. 15,000 rupees is the monthly EMI, and then I did pay the extra 5,000 that I wanted to. So now the new balance is 4,07,707 rupees. For my LIC loan, I had a balance of 69,200 rupees, and then the monthly deposit is 2,000 rupees, and then 40 rupees is the interest that I paid. So now the balance that I have is 67,200 rupees. I was able to pay around 22,040 rupees into my debts in the month of July. So that is my debt update. And then the last update that I have is for my provident fund. In the month of July also, I did put the same amount, that's 3,690. Now when we add that up, I have a total of 14,760 rupees. So this is 9% of the maximum amount that you can put into a provident fund in a year. So yeah, that is my budget closeout for the month of July. Thank you so much if you're still here watching. I hope to see you in my next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.